met Jim Barras about 4 years or 5 years ago. I did not know Jim Barras. I met her when I hosted a convocation at Providence College, the coldest day of the entire year, 4 years ago. A community response to joblessness in gun violence. I met Jem and she was one of the panelists because Jem had lost her daughter, Shamika Barras, to preventable gun violence. When Jem was on the panel, it was the first time she'd actually spoken publicly about the loss of her daughter. The next voice you will hear is that of Miss Jem Barras.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Marcia. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. It's very important that we show up for things like this and make time for it because our community is dying. If you're a mother, a father, doesn't matter what area you live in, it's stretching out from Providence into whatever area you think it is not going to happen to. It's happening there. Okay? Yes. So I just want you to know that if you are a parent, it's time to have those tough conversations. And something that worries me is our children being on lockdown and they have to socialize again. And they've been cooped up online and there's a lot of drama happening online. So now they have to go to school and face some things. Our children are not equipped to handle de-escalation techniques and just different things that we know about that they might not, that they handle every day, that they don't get to. Thank you. See, it's a team. That's how we do it. Thank you. And so my daughter Shamika Barras, in 2012, she was murdered in a triple homicide. Assailants went into her home and she was shot 5 times in her head while she slept. My 2 granddaughters and my son was rescued out of the house. And if you can imagine, the person that went in to save them had to walk by Shamika and knew Shamika as a young child herself. But she went in and carried each child out of the house and had to carry Shamika's babies out of the house one at a time. But she grabbed a shirt or anything close by and wrapped it around each child's head and walked them out past their mother. She had to go 3 times, and the last one was my son. Just so they just didn't have the visual in their minds forever. My babies are your babies. I'm telling you. This gun violence in our city is out of control, and if you think it won't happen to you, it will happen to you. It will. And I'm sorry to say, and I'm sorry to break this news to you, but please don't think you're untouchable because it's everywhere. That call is devastating. Devastating. I was so stuck in my grief and my depression, I didn't know how to get up out of it. But I know that my daughter had dreams and goals. Her life was taken at 22. She was supposed to do so much. Her name is Shamika, Shemeeka. So these days I say I am she, because I am going to take everything and make her dreams my dreams and walk this path of nonviolence with her babies and my son and my daughter. Yes. I know you hear me. I just want to say also too, and when we talk about access like Lisa was talking about, we can't leave the mothers and fathers and the families behind that have already had the trauma happen. PTSD, anxiety, socializing again. Everything that you can name, they go through, and they sit in their house, and the depression just welts. We need access to adequate health care as far as counseling and treatment to address those issues. We need places for those children with broken hearts to go, that they can talk to other kids about it, so they can learn how to grow and lift themselves up and out and be an active community member, healthy and whole again. Because we're Providence. We accept the broken. We accept you whatever way you are. That's where I come from. I come from east side of Providence, born and raised. Cape Verdean family. They put in a lot of work. My heart was broken. Broken that someone that looked like my daughter took her life. We're supposed to be united. So I know some of you had some places to be today, but you chose to be here, and I thank you. And I had something for everyone. I don't know if I have enough, but I carry these purple ribbons here. And I would like to give everyone a purple ribbon. And all I ask is that you remember what happened here today, that you remember what Lisa says, what Marcia says, myself. And that if someone that you know that is living that life of gun violence, tell them, I love you. Call them, show up where they are. I love you in front of their boys, in front of their, I don't care. If that's your man, if that's your grandson, if that's, say, I love you. I don't want you to die. Say it, because that's where we are right now. Corona came through and that was the pandemic. No, we've been having a pandemic, an epidemic of gun violence. Wearing masks for coronavirus and everything. We've been hiding and ducking and everything because we don't know where the shooting's gonna happen next. The football fields, everything. We was before coronavirus, post-corona. We was worried if we go to like Buckland or somewhere in the park where our kids that we have to grab them and duck. At least that's what PTS makes you think. PTSD from gun violence is terrible. You're up 1 minute, you're down. And when you've lost a child, I had to scream Shamika in to this world when I gave birth, and I had to scream her out when I had to bury her. I don't want no one to feel this pain that I feel when I carry every single day. And I'm sorry for us. I'm sorry.
I did it twice. I did it twice.
And I love you.
5 months ago.
I see you. Yes, we do. We gotta stick together. Thank you. I'm Jamelia Barrows. Jem Barrows is the name. You can find me on Facebook. I will accept. Because I want everyone to hear this message. Because my message is your message. It's the same. We have to come together. And mothers, guess what? Look at the white butterfly going by. And I'm gonna end on that note. Everyone knows what it is. And if you don't, that's the angel flying by to tell you, you are doing all right. We're supposed to be here at this time. Thank you.